Okay, let me show you a red flag for me. When I see a script that has four um, arguments that are all have the word email in them, that's a red flag because it's telling me that there's going to be a lot of logic in this script to deal with email. And this script, the whole point of it is to detect stale branches in Git repositories and then notify the committers. So first thing, is there an automated way that we could identify committers so that we don't need to have any of that there? When we talk to the repo, is there a way that we can identify the committers that way? Is there some better way to get those email addresses? Some automated way. Could we log this instead and just then drive our alerting off the logging? And maybe we don't need to notify the specific branch owner. Maybe there's a developer lead or something like that this can go to, and they can take care of the problem. Also, tend to only alert. You know, this one of the red flags here is this tends to, we have a whitelist, a blacklist. I'm not sure why those are there. Are people complaining like, hey, I don't need to get those emails? Oh yeah, so I whitelist you. What, it's whitelisting what? The other email? I don't know. I could read through the code and figure it out, but now look at the histogram on the side and just look at all the code that deals with this email. We want to get this out of here. Rip all of that out, and we've got cleaner code. A lot of other things we could do here. I'm not going to get into it now, but one of the things you can do with my product, but you can do this on your own. The simplest way to rip this out is log this to a log file and have a centralized logging system in place like ELK, Stack, or if you're using Splunk, and then drive your alerting there on this issue. Visualize this data instead. Don't alert on it at all, or send it to Prometheus, Grafana, and alert on it there. Okay, so abstract this away and send it to a system that makes a lot more sense and is going to be a little easier to maintain on your alerting and visualization. Kill two birds with one stone, right? Do visualization and alerting that way. So anyway, what my tool allows you to do if you're running this was start to build a module, for GitHub that does all these things and integrates with all those tools that you can then maintain and distribute to all your servers. There's a single, what we call node zero, where everything is maintained, and then you can push that out to all the servers you want. You can build functionality like I talked about, like how do we do auto discovery for repos? How do we visualize the data? How do we how do we send notifications when a new repo is created, or can we track the number of branches and visualize those that are being created every day, so we have some idea what's going on, and we can maintain, figure out how do we address problems, in the simplest, fastest, most efficient manner, scalable manner possible. So I built a framework that helps you do things like that. But like I said, there's plenty of ways to do it. So that's my tip for today. Red flag. If your scripts have a lot of, if you're hard coding emails, even if you're using a config file, you got to maintain that config file. That works well maybe in your environment, but may not work well in a Docker-based environment, a cloud-based environment, all these other things. So you want to build things that are going to work and run everywhere. Okay, thanks.